They rolled up on him, his woman, and a newborn baby, and they told him don't fucking move, something about a gun, and dude stood up and his hands up, and next thing I know, I hear a pop sound. I don't know whether they shot. Somebody said they tased him, but I thought they shot him, and he broke out to running, and that's when I heard 8, 9, 10 more shots. And it was over with in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
This is Nico from Unicorn Riot. We have Lorenzo on the camera. We're here at the scene, 48th and Camden on the north side of Minneapolis, where a young man was killed by the police earlier this evening.
I was coming up the street. I was walking to the store. I come back, I see a couple right there with their child and their dog. 2 seconds later, a police car like this rolled past them. Then another one, they jumped out with guns, tasing him. He ran up the street, then they started shooting him in the back. They killed him. For no reason, they didn't talk to him or nothing. They just jumped out with their guns, tasing him. He was sitting there where that cup is still sitting at. He was sitting there with his bottle, sitting there drinking, with his baby mama and the baby in the stroller with the dog. And they just rolled up with guns, didn't say nothing to him, yelling, tasing him. He started running, then they just started shooting him.
And so he was running that way?
That way, up the street.
There was no back and forth confrontation?
No, not at all.
There was no warning, there was no words?
Nothing, they just jumped out.
So did the taser work?
Yeah, I saw the color in it.
And then what did he do? He just got up and ran?
Yeah, he was just running, then they just started shooting.
And do you know if he was armed or not? Could you tell?
He wasn't.
When they jumped out on him, they said, you know, freeze. He jumped up. As he jumping up, they tased his ass. When they start tasing him, he started running. Like that taser ain't really do nothing to him. He started running. That's when we heard the shots. We all ran to the corner, and then that's when I was like, everybody started pulling out their phones. Once we started seeing, you see all cars coming from this way. But what I know is that he ain't had no gun on him, and we know him. I know him around here. He don't do nothing but ride scooters and mopeds and stuff like that. He ain't a violent type dude. They hopped out with their guns drawn anyway, so that's what made me get the phone out anyway.
So you saw them pull up?
Hell yeah, I seen that car right there, that one right there.
420, the squad car.
The squad car 420. If you see the squad car 420, just know that's the ones that shot that little nigga.
When they open the car doors, they both come out with their weapon drawn, and less than a minute and a half later, he was dead. Right after it happened, police's car came in from every fucking where, caught off the area there. Someone even made the suggestion right when it happened. They laid a gun beside him. A lady wearing a pair of short jeans and white shirt.
One of the police and the administration came out and told us that their story was that that shots had been fired, and they got a 911 call saying shots had been fired, and they wound up shooting somebody. That was the gist of it.
I know he lost his sister recently, and his close kin is like his cousins. Juno's a good guy. He's been my neighbor for about 2 years now. And he did everything he could for the kids in our neighborhood. They'd walk by and he'd, oh, here, he'd dig in his pocket and give them all his change and stuff like that. And so, like, this is kind of shocking to all of us. Me, I'm a mother of 5 boys, and that was like their big bro, you know? They knew if June was outside, they was getting a popsicle, you know? So, you know, this is gonna be a hard one because these officers, like, I hate to say it on your camera, but these officers took a good man from our neighborhood, you know, and there's not too many of those. There's not too many men that go in their pocket and make sure these kids got snack money, but these officers took that from us tonight. So there's a lot of us that are hurt and angry tonight, and I thank you guys for coming out and putting it out there and letting everybody know how we feel.
So this is the second day of summer. This is the season premiere of another police shooting here in North Minneapolis. And it's gonna be another one, and another one, and another one. And you stop giving these cowards with guns, these cowards with guns, free reign in our neighborhood.
I can tell you right now, this case right here is currently being investigated by the BCA.
The police aren't trusted. The investigative bodies to investigate the police and hold them accountable aren't trusted. They've never been held accountable. And so it's just, again, a continuance of the cycle that we see. We see it in Pittsburgh, where a young man was running away from the police, literally like a couple days ago, running away, and he gets gunned down, shot in the back. This might be the same exact situation. We're not really sure, but we know he was running. We know he was shot and killed. We don't know if he was shot in the back, but that's sort of the best hypothesis that you can configure if he's running that direction and he gets shot and killed.